Good evening, everybody.
Oh, good evening.
My name's Matt,
And I'm Nick.
and this is Shaken Not Stirred.
From last
No,
October.
yeah, exactly, yeah. We've got Marcel from Holland joining us from
Hi,
the.
Marcel.
Hi, Marcel. How's it going? And we've got Ewan from France. Good evening.
Hi, Ewan.
Shall we say bonjour?
Bonjour.
Okay, so tonight we've got a big night tonight, Nick. We're going to announce our live event, something that we've been working on for quite a few months.
More or less since the
It's
start of the
actually,
year.
I think so. Well, it kind of
More or
started
less.
last year, didn't it? So kind of
Yeah.
after our last event, it kind of the
Yeah.
pre-prep,
Mm.
um, started then. So this is going to be exciting. So we've got John from Ireland. Hey, John, runs the Irish
Hi,
Stuntman
John.
fan club. How are you? And X-Ray Stu, evening.
Hi, Stu.
Who's actually deserves a lot of credit to for what he's done. And you'll see the amazing artwork he's created for this event. It is out of this world. Hello, David, at the Bond Experience.
Hi, Dave.
What you have cooking? Well, hopefully
Oh, we've
we've
got some surprises here for you all.
got some good stuff here. Hey, Warren, how's it going?
Hi, Warren.
Right. I think what we'll do is we'll announce not one of our special guests, even though this person is kind of special, someone who's part of our team, and we've invited him on tonight because obviously it's been me and Nick for quite a few years. A few people have helped out here and there. Chris done a few polls on the group, this, that, and the other, and he's been kind of involved with some of our events. But this year he's kind of took on a bigger role. And so we've got Chris on board, got X-Ray Stu on board with our event. And we've got a guy called Philip Hawkins who runs the Lives in the Pictures YouTube channel, does lots of Q&As and events with different actors, British cinema mainly. So we've invited him on tonight. So let's see what we can do. So this is Philip. He's the founder of Lives in the Pictures, who regularly conducts interviews with cast and crew from classic British TV and cinema. And we are going to have Philip on in three, two, one. Hello, Philip. How are you?
I'm very
Good evening,
good.
Philip.
Hi, Matt. Hi, Nick.
How you doing?
Very good. You?
How's it going?
Yeah, good, thank you.
Good. Thanks for
Welcome
having
to
me.
our welcome. Yeah, you're very welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, to our live stream. We're not going to put you through an interrogation tonight because we do that another day. But this is an event announcement. Obviously, you've been involved getting our special guests, emailing lots of different people, and we've had quite a few inquiries, haven't we? There's been quite a few messages sent from yourself and lots of emails going to and from every day. How many guests did we actually initially approach? Do you know what the number is?
Oh, I don't know. It's quite a few. I mean, you often have to approach a lot more than you end up with
Mhm.
because you may get one reply out of every 10 emails you send. So quite an extensive search. And also, I think we've all trying to find people that just unfortunately remain hidden, or because some people just sort of disappear, don't they? Sometimes, and we haven't been able to find some of them, but we'll still keep looking.
Yeah, they remain in the shadows, as we say.
Right.
So what we're going to do, we are going to announce different parts of our events, little trickles as we go along. So we're going to announce, obviously, we know the venue, we know the dates, but we're going to remind you about them. Then we're going to reveal the mission name with some really cool artwork. Then we're going to go through our special guests. We've got 2 phases of special guests. We'll hit you with 5 well, I should say 5 at a time. It's quite a lot. I don't know, about 3 maybe. We'll see. We'll see. I don't want to give it. I'm giving the game away a little bit too much now. So let us know your predictions first. What do you think our event's going to be about? What do you think it's going to involve? Who do you think the special guests are? Who would you like to see? I know me and Nick personally have a guest list kind of in our head. We really want this guest to attend our events, and we try to approach them. And also guests that we can't get or we haven't got before. We're always on the lookout for new guests, which is always exciting. Last year, how many guests do we have, Nick? Do you remember?
Oh, it's about 11 or 12, I think.
Yeah, I think it was about 11 last year. And obviously, Philip, you were instrumental in getting most of them guests to attend. So thanks very much for that.
That's my pleasure.
So yeah, let's see what would people like to see? I mean, we had, what did we have? Who do we have last year? Madeline Smith turned up last year. We had Caroline Monroe,
Caroline, Sid Child,
Sid Child. Yeah, she was a really good guest.
Norman Wanstall, Oscar winner.
Norman Wanstall. Yeah, yeah, and he was great at the craps table.
Turned out to be a bit of a legend in the end.
He was, and he stayed all night. He was.
Yes, he did.
Someone in his, late 80s. He stayed all night, and he was, oh, he's fantastic, absolutely brilliant guest. But yeah, no, everyone that turned up last year was fantastic, and it worked really, really well. We got some here. Hello. Someone said Terry Mountain as a guest. Well, he turned up last year, didn't he, Terry?
Yes.
He turned up last year. He may turn up this year. We don't know. Well, we do know, but we'll reveal in a moment. Sean Cronin. Sean was a guest last year. He was fantastic, wasn't he? The stories he had.
Yeah, it was fantastic to listen to. Yes.
Right, so let's remind ourselves of the event dates. So the event dates are Friday, the 27th of October to Sunday, 29th. Now, we originally wasn't going to we're not doing anything major on the Sunday, but because we know there's a Bond Stars event going on. We didn't want to, rock the boat or, upset anybody on that front. But we have now, obviously, Bond Stars have decided who's doing what and released their tickets. We are going to do a location tour on Sunday, like we did last year, Nick.
Yes, we are. We're going to cover probably almost the same what we did last year, weather permitting, and also a couple of new places as well, which we will add in.
Yeah,
a little bit slightly further out. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we did all right last year. Philip, did it rain last year? Do you remember?
If it did, it was only light drizzle. It wasn't anything that we were
only for about 10 minutes or so, sheltering under the trees, trying to find a clown tree.
Yeah.
So we did all right. We did all right in that respect. So let's just remind ourselves of the venue. So it's at the Pinewood Hotel from Friday 27th of October to Sunday the 29th of October. And we definitely got that confirmed. So it's the Pinewood Hotel. They're the dates. Now, shall we reveal the mission name? And this is what people want to know.
Let's have it. Let's see if anybody can guess what it can be, Matt.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. I like that.
It's a bit outfield this, because it could be anything, but you never know.
It could be anything. So I don't think nothing's going to beat this. You've Had Your 60 was, the best thing we've ever come up with. And Ruben Wakeman, who designed the artwork, was absolutely brilliant for that. So yeah, I don't think we're going to beat that, but and we couldn't. How many names did we go through? And we was like, we can't even get close to last year's name.
No, quite a few on that one. Maybe we could give a clue for this one, Matt. Maybe say the word 3.
yeah. That's it's a good name. All in the Wrist. That's
a good one. Yeah.
It actually has some involvement in one of the days, actually, or possibly 2 of the days, actually. So yeah, that's a really good name. You've Had Your 61.
I like that.
You've Had Your 61. Brilliant. Yeah, well, it would be all the time then. You've had your 62, you've had your 63. It kind of get a bit boring after a while, wouldn't it? Right, shall we announce it? Shall we?
Yes, let's go.
Let's have a look. Right, okay. So, without further ado, our event is going to be, I hope I get this right. I have. Our event is going to be called Operation Trinity, and we will be celebrating the anniversaries of From Russia
From
with
Russia's
Love,
love.
Live and Let Die, and Octopussy. And I think that's a cool name, that. And all credit to X-Ray Stew for the title. But yeah, that is basically our event name, Operation Trinity. What do you guys think? Were you surprised? Probably not. Probably kind of what we were going to go on the lines of. We did have a little think about what we could do. And originally it was going to be an Octopussy only event.
Mm-hmm.
And then that was what we discussed sort of after the October event. Then we realized on the tracks we're doing it, and we was thinking, you can't, there's no
Can't
point.
top that one. No
What?
topping.
No, you can't top that. I mean, what we knew that what Martin would come up with would be absolutely out of this world amazing, and it was, unfortunately I couldn't attend due to other, just bad timing. But from what I saw, it looked an absolute cracking event, and to get guests at the location, I don't think that's ever going to happen again. So, so we had a rethink, and we just thought celebrate the anniversaries. It was a bit tricky getting guests for certain films, but I think we've done okay. I think we've done okay.
I think we've done
I still
well,
think we've
very
got
well.
a cracking bunch of guests, really. Um, so yeah, right. Special guest announcement. This is where we announce our special guests, and we're going to announce them in sort of two phases. So we've got two great pieces of artwork on show. I'm actually quite excited, even though I know who they are. I wonder. So we've had a few guesses already from different people. Oh, Jonathan, great name that. You only live for us. Maybe we can
like that.
use that.
Yeah.
Use that. So we had a few. I mean, Sarah Donahue. See, the world is not enough. Stuntboat lady should be an awesome guest. Vic Armstrong, Wendy Leach.
Oh yeah, they'd be good.
Amazing guests. Yeah, absolutely. I think Vic Armstrong's doing the film fair in September.
He is.
Yeah, he's definitely doing events and gigs. Okay, right. Phil and Nick, are you? Should we just announce the guests? Should we announce them?
Yes.
Yep.
Let's go. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So guest announcement 1. This is phase 1. We have 2 phases here. So the guest announcement 1, we are delighted to announce we have got coming to our event. Oh no, it's not working now. Oh, hang on a minute. I put it in the background. That's why. Sorry about that, guys. Coming to our event, director John Glen, 5-time director John Glen, absolute legend, and recently appeared at the 007 GB HMS Belfast event. We've got the Oscar winner Norman Wanstall and the best craps player going. We've also got Paul Weston, legendary stuntman, involved in lots and lots of Bond films and non-Bond films. He's done Superman, films like that. Graham V. Hartstone, sound editor on quite a few of the Bond films. British cinema in general, done lots of Carry On films. Philip, he's done quite a lot. You've done interviews with him in the past, haven't you, Graham?
I have indeed. Yeah, he's really nice guy. So he's really great with the fans as well. So I think he's looking forward to meeting everybody.
Yeah, and Eileen Roberts, who Nick, do you want to explain who?
So Eileen Roberts doubled for Jane Seymour in Live and Let Die. In particular, the crane scene above the shark pool. So she's got a few interesting stories to tell about that particular time on set.
Yeah,
and she's also been in Star Wars as well. So so she's got probably a couple of stories from that if you wish to hear those as well. So yes, that'll be a really good guest to see.
Great first phase, especially looking forward to Paul Weston. Yeah, I know Paul was someone who actually I think we was pretty much close to getting him last year. It was just the fact that I just think we had so many guests last year, and by the time that Paul I think was free, we just didn't have the budget. But he would have come last year, hands down. I think he would come to everybody. Norman's legend, he certainly is. Hi John, how's it going?
Hello, John.
So that is our phase one. So we've got John Glen, Norman Wanstall, Paul Weston, Graham V. Hartstone, Eileen Roberts. What does everyone think so far? Some of you come back with some great comments, which is good. Fabulous guests. Fantastic. Thank you, which is good. I mean, we never had John Glen attend any of our events before.
No.
And you know, he has done a lot this year, and he won't be with us the whole day because he you know, let's be upfront about that now. But he is going to be doing a Q&A with us. We've got lots of exciting plans to do a really good Q&A. I know he's done loads before, and we're trying to put a different spin on it. I think we've got some cracking ideas of how to do that to kind of bring out a little bit of more stories. But yeah, we'll reveal more about that at the actual event itself. And obviously, Paul Weston, to have Paul, first time he's attended our event. He's got loads of stories, Philip, hasn't he?
Oh yeah. I've done was it 3 or 4 events with him, and every time we talk to him, something new comes out.
Something new.
Yeah, fantastic amount of projects.
Absolutely fountain of knowledge. Yeah.
Yeah.
And obviously, he works with John, so this is going to be interesting. Getting them both together, seeing what they both have to say. I think that'll be quite unique. Marcel says awesome. Thanks very much, guys. Thanks very much. Moonmaker space battle stories are hilarious. That's got to be Latchford. It says Facebook user, but that's my guess. That's my guess. I reckon he is. So that's phase one. But we're not just going to go into phase two just yet. We are going to talk about other things we're going to do. So last year, we had a whole itinerary of different things going on. We had talks from Latchford on Moonmaker, actually. We had Steve Barnett doing a fantastic ramblings on the set live. And I mean, he could literally talk all day about them, couldn't he?
Oh, he could, yes.
I think he pretty much did, didn't he? I think most of it.
Most of the morning.
But you could, some of the stories he was saying and some of the details he was bringing out was, absolutely brilliant. So unique. It was one of these that people wanted to keep hearing it, but it was a case of and that we had to cut it short because obviously we run out of time. We've only got certain time with certain people. So we had them two on, and I'm delighted to say that we've actually got some other people coming in doing some talks this year. So the event does include an exclusive stunt talk with John Alty from Behind the Stunts, and exclusive from Mushy with Love talk from author Luella Chapman. So Luella's researched the film From Mushy with Love. She's done a BFI book on it. I think I'm not sure how many pages it is, but it's a nice little book. I've got it somewhere. Should have brought it with me. It's my fault. She comes to our literary event in April.
Back in April, yes. In the pub.
James.
After our nice walking tour, yes.
So they're both coming to our event, and Luella's agreed to do a From Mushy with Love talk about her research, about what she thinks of the film and all this, that, and the other. John, is an absolute legend about everything about stunts. This guy knows about it. And to have Paul there and him there, and John will probably be leading the Q&A with Paul, get out them hidden gems that, maybe we don't know about. And he knows pretty much every story going. So, yeah, I think that's going to be amazing to have them two. As well. So that's another thing we're going to have on there as well. As I said, not as good as your Disco Moonmaker, Philip. Yeah. I think that's got, I think, maybe we'll make that compulsory at the end of the night, perhaps.
Yeah.
Not at the start. We want people to stay. So we'll leave that to the end. So we will have, obviously, a Q&A with John Glen and several different James Bond panels. Now, last year, we had the stunt guys, didn't we?
Yes, the stunt guys, the Bond ladies.
Yeah, the Bond ladies. We had the sounds. We had loads of different kind of panels. I can't think of them all. Or henchmen. We had the henchman panel.
Henchman.
We had loads. Yeah, absolutely lots. So this is what we're going to do this year. We're going to split it up. We had this chat, didn't we, about doing just the films. Just doing 3 films. Changed it up and did the same thing. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to have different panels. We haven't decided what yet because we're going to announce our other special guests and then we're going to go through them. So I think it's time to probably announce more guests. So this is our second phase. So any more guesses? So our first phase of guests, we've got some cracking guests there. We've got our second phase of guests. All fantastic people. And you won't be disappointed at all with what we got here.
There could be some double trouble here, Matt.
Oh, yeah.
With the guests. If you see what I mean.
Oh, right. Okay. Someone said Jan Williams. Good guess. Good guess that. From Russia with Love.
The masseurs.
Twins. It's a good guess.
Could be.
Yeah, not bad, not bad. Maybe David. Yeah, we've got some cracking guests here. Right. Shall we just announce it? Shall we announce it?
Yeah, let's go. Let's go.
Yeah, I think the signal's better now. It was playing up a little bit. I noticed the signal wasn't great a minute ago. So let's do this. So second special guest announcement. We have got second one. Terry Madden, John Grover, David Meyer, and Tony Meyer. So that's our second special guest announcement tonight. And I think all of these are cracking guests. Obviously, John came last year. He was amazing last year, wasn't he?
Yeah, it was good to listen to. Yeah, some great stories from him. And our first time at Terry Madden.
Yeah, Terry Madden has been to our event before, so that's going to be a really, really good to see him there. And David and Tony Meyer, fantastic, henchmen in Octopussy. I think they've got some cracking stories. So it'd be good. I think we've got a nice selection there. Exactly what we're after, really. I know John's saying for Burkhoff. Yeah. He actually was going to attend one of our first events. Is that right, Nick? Do you remember that?
Yes, he was, wasn't he? I think, yeah. Was it quite late on that he turned us down? Yeah.
Very late on. And I think he recently to the Octopussy event. So we haven't approached him. If he decides to turn up, then great. But yeah, I think it's a tricky one with him.
Yeah, I think Stephen Burkhoff pulled out the day before for the Octopussy one, so I think he's got a bit of a reputation, and unfortunately,
and you don't want that, when and it's no one's fault. It's just what happens, you can't have people. You're doing an event. You want people that are reliable. You want people that are, going to turn up at the end of the day. All of these guests will, more likely will turn up, but obviously we have to say that with every guest, work commitments, illnesses, things like that all comes into play, and we've got no control over that. So although we've announced these guests, fingers crossed they'll be there on the day. They're all giving their consent that they're coming, and we've booked hotel rooms, this, that, and the other. But obviously we don't know what's happening in the future. So if guests pull out last minute due to illness or anything like that, we have no control over that. So we just thought we'd let you know early on. But yeah, also included, we have a 3-course meal. We have a James Bond themed casino, a charity raffle, quiz, and location tour. So there's quite a lot there. And what we'll do is we'll talk about the Friday night, what we've got planned and what we've got planned for the Sunday. because we know what's going to happen with the Saturday. Saturday's one jam-packed day. So the Friday evening will be it's all in the wrist. It's a board game night. So it's a social. For those of you that are coming down on the Friday night, some of you are traveling far away. I know someone already is coming from Scotland. I know that. They messaged me yesterday. So for those people that are staying the weekend from Friday onwards, we are going to be doing a board game night and just a chance to have a chat with some of us getting together. Some of the guests may be there. If they're there or not, it's up to them. If they want to come to it, they're invited to it. If they turn up, that'll be cool. But yeah, it's just nice to sort of break the ice, get to know each other, because some of you probably haven't met each other before. So it's a nice little social before the big day on Saturday. Stu just makes an interesting point
sorry,
there.
Sorry, Matt. I was just about to say we could also do a bit of Bond bingo.
Bond bingo, yeah, definitely. So these are the things we're kind of looking at, just for a bit of fun. We've got the whole restaurant area that we're free to use.
We've also been guaranteed there's no party that night either in the other room. Like last year.
Yeah. Yeah, there was a dance party last year, but it didn't ruin it. We still had, a good drink up and a good bit of fun. Obviously, we went to Pinewood last year. Now, it wasn't really feasible this year. I know lots of you probably wondering why we're not going to Pinewood. It went really, really well. We had some good feedback. There was no issues with anything. It's just very expensive. And to be able to hire out Pinewood, we need to come up with the money. We can't charge any ticket price. That's the clause with Pinewood now. So, we had to raise that money from our previous 3 to 4 years from events, which is, it's a lot of money for 2 hours or 2 or 3 hours, depending what.
And the logistics, Matt, wouldn't have worked out this year either.
Yeah.
To pack it all in.
Yeah, exactly. We've got a lot to pack in, and yeah, I think we've done the right idea. So the Friday evening is a social get together in the restaurant area of the hotel. We have the ball games. We'll have a pint or two. We'll have lots of social, lots of chat, and who knows? Some of the guests may pop down early and have a drink. Who knows? Saturday, big day. We haven't finalised the itinerary yet. We've got a rough one, but that is subject to change because guests will say, okay, we're getting here at this time. Hotel might at that time. So we will revise and all of that kind of stuff as and when. We'll send it out 2 weeks before, like we did last year. But we've got a jam-packed schedule again. We're going to start probably about 10:30, 11:15 in the morning and go right through to 1 in the morning. So we're going to go right through.
Did we have the place till 1 last year, Matt?
Sorry, Nick, what was that?
Did we have the place till 1 a.m. last year? I think we did, didn't we, before we were chucked outside?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, we had the whole place till 1, and then the party continued in the garden area. And with Pinewood Hotel, if you've never been there, it's got a fantastic garden area. We've got the whole use of that. So if it's too warm inside, when we have the breaks, convenience breaks, things like that, go outside for some fresh air. Yeah, it's not too bad. And the bar's open past midnight. Now, the bar was kind of closing about 12:30, I think, was final orders. Is that correct, Nick?
Yes, it was about that time, yes.
Yeah, the guy that worked in the bar though made us, didn't make us, but he stayed up for us. So we had a few more drinks, which was kind of him.
Yeah, that was Axel.
Axel, that's it, Axel. If he's there this year, fingers crossed he's here. Yeah, employee of the year, definitely. He sorted us out a few times that weekend, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. And he helped out on the Sunday evening when we came back for a meal.
Yeah.
Because we couldn't get anywhere else.
Yeah. We had a bit of problems getting the meal together with 20 odd people. So the plan is on the Sunday, for those sticking around, we're going to obviously do the location tour, things like that. Then we'll go back to the Pinewood Hotel for food before we depart. We've got a few pictures. Let me show you some pictures from last year's event. So let's try and add this in. Oh, that's worked out pretty well. So this is from last year's event. This is at legendary Norman Wanstall. And this was on the Friday night after the Pinewood Hotel screening. Pinewood Hotel screening, Pinewood Cinema screening. After we went to Pinewood, that was just it was a funny old evening, because I remember I got there late personally because I forgot my laptop. I had to go back for it, and then there was this great big accident on the motorway, wasn't there?
Oh yes, yes, yeah. And you got
And we were
diverted, didn't
sitting in
you?
traffic. We were sitting in traffic for 4 hours, and we literally went, straight to well, me and Gemma went straight to Pinewood Cinema, and we hadn't eaten, hadn't drunk, and then we had to do the Q&A and all that. And we couldn't get any food or drink at Pinewood Cinema either. That was hard work. So it was an interesting evening, but we had a good time. And obviously back at the hotel was kind of like an after party. You was there, Philip, weren't you? What was the atmosphere like?
Yeah, it was very good. It was all very informal and just getting to know people. And Norman was there, and Terry was there, and obviously they're absolutely great to chat to, and very welcoming and put you at ease very quickly. So it was a very nice sort of way to sort of ease into to the weekend.
Absolutely. Let's see if we've got any other pictures we can share. So this was me and Nick, obviously kick-starting the event at the very start. We obviously had a message from Charles Edgill. That was thanks to Philip for sorting that one out. So how did that come about, Philip? Do you remember? You contacted Charles in the past?
Well, I'd met him before at a convention, I think around about the 50th anniversary, so 2012. I think he went to, I think it was in Birmingham. Lovely guy, and but he hadn't really done too much since then, I think, because of mobility issues and sort of general health. And I was, because of my YouTube channel, I'm always looking for potential guests, and I wanted to do something for the 60th of Dr. No, and of course he was one of the names I was looking for, and some guy called Stephen Oxenrider was able to put me in touch with. Well, he talked to Charles on my behalf essentially, so we went through it that way, and Charles very kindly sort of sent a message into us. So I get the sense that if he was able, he would have come. I think like so many people, they would be, if only they could have come. So that was sort of how I sort of got in touch with Charles.
Yeah, absolutely. And it was fantastic. And also we had another surprise on the day. Do you remember Margaret Loise, who played
On the phone. Yes.
She was actually, very bizarrely, I was in contact with her a few days before the event. She actually sent a video message, not a video message, it was like a WhatsApp video call. And out of the blue, I was like, wow. And we're at the event. So we hooked up to the speakers, and she spoke to everybody, gave a lovely message about, Dr. No, how she felt about the film, this, that, and the other. And I thought that was a really cool touch, wasn't it, to have that at the event.
Very, very
Yeah,
unexpected surprise.
touch with her again. Yeah, it was a lovely surprise. We need to try and get an interview or something with her. So it was a great start to the event. Obviously, Steve doing his memories of Skyfall. And some cracking memories he had there. Latchford, Moonraking Up the Past. Henchman Never Die. The great panel with Sean and Steve. There were some great stories, Nick, weren't there, from Sean?
Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, you could speak to these guys for hours on end, couldn't you?
Yeah, absolutely. They've got a wealth of stories. The sand panel we had last year, just to give you a glimpse of the different panels we did, how we divide the guests up, how we do the chat, so we make them relevant. Now, obviously, John's an editor. The rest worked on sound. So I think from left to right, we have Graham Hartstone is coming to our event. Norman to his right. To the right of Norman is Vernon Williams. Is it Vernon? Messenger.
Yeah.
Messenger, that's correct. And he's worked on a few Bond films, and also some cult films as well. And to his right is John Grover, who's the editor of many, many Bond films. All fantastic guests. And I think that was the longest panel. That went on for
it
half
was
an hour,
about,
didn't it?
I think maybe a bit longer, actually, Matt. About 40 minutes.
Wow.
I'm sure somebody said they had some full video of it.
yeah, it was one of those that it was just the information kept on flooding and bringing back
Mhm.
memories. And the fact that Norman, the best story I think of the whole evening was we had Norman going. All he had was a toy sound recorder. I remember him saying he found the crushing sound, wasn't it, for the when the vehicle gets crushed in Goldfinger,
Yeah.
and
Mm.
he didn't have no more recorders available. And then he went with this toy recorder because I'm going to record it with this. And the sound, the crushing sound from that film is used with that toy recorder. And I thought that was amazing. Absolutely. What, you just, that's it. That's incredible. Who would have believed that? Who would have believed that? Um, and also, obviously, why he's got an Oscar to show for it. We had the Bond girls, Caroline, Maddie, Silvana. Fantastic. Now, Maddie was gonna obviously she would love to be there. She's obviously got other commitments at the moment, so she's unable to attend. But we were in touch, and she's attended our last 3 or 4 events. Very generous with her time. Lots always raises money for lots of money for charity. So yeah, unfortunately, she won't be able to celebrate with us. But she's been to loads of our events. A lot of our members are fully aware that she gives up a lot of her time generously. Um, Here's the full picture. This is all of our guests with me and Nick. Um, Apart from Maddie, because Maddie, I think she had an important phone call to take at that time, so she's the only one missing from that list. But a fantastic picture, and good to see all the guests happy. This is Graham, legendary Sean Cronin.
This is Sean.
Definitely have to get him back for a future event. Definitely. Here we go, me and Nick and Norman. This is at our live James Bond themed casino. We had And this is what we're going to get this as well for this event. So we've got a craps table, we've got a roulette table, we've got blackjack.
Blackjack and
What else do we have?
craps roulette, blackjack.
Poker.
Can anybody else remember?
Poker. I think it was poker.
No, it wasn't.
But yeah, so we've got 4 tables, all professional croupiers, and if you don't need to know how to play, you get money, so it'll be personalised money for the event that hopefully X-Ray Stu will kindly knock up for us again, like he has done some phenomenal artwork. You get issued that, you exchange it for chips, and you just play, and it's fun. When you're out of chips, you're out of chips. That's the end of it. It might not be. You might be able to buy some more.
We might be able to work on that this year, won't we? Might see if we could buy in for charity donation. I think that's how we need to play it. Yeah,
definitely. So that's something we are looking into at the moment, and we'll confirm that nearer the time. But the croupiers are fantastic. They teach you about the game. They'll tell you this, that, and the other. And there's a Dutch Bond fan in the background with a pint, Terry Mountain to his left with Nick. So these are just some of our pictures. Obviously, Norman at the craps table, hard at work there. I think he got
clearing up
5, didn't he, Norman?
Yes, he did. Yeah.
5. This is a bit of video footage. I'll show you this later because we've got a better copy of that later on. It just shows you a glimpse. We've got some 3 very dapper Bond fans there. Dutch Bond fan. We've got Philip Furch to the left and John to the right from the US. I think John travelled the furthest from the US. Am I right? Last year?
Yeah, I think he was. He was the first one to travel. Yep.
He was. Yeah.
There you go.
Jerome.
Dynamic
John
Joe.
Grover. Yeah, and he stayed all night. He was great. He was driving home as well. So, credit to him for staying for the whole evening. Obviously, we had these backdrops, me and Gemma. We had the movie posters. So it's not just here's a couple of tables. It's very well decorated.
They really bring
the
their kids out, don't they, for this event? They even have a red carpet out, don't they, outside to the door?
Yeah. And here it is.
There we go.
We've got
the red carpet, just on
all
cue.
the movie posters. Obviously, if you're staying in the hotel, you kind of will walk down the stairs and probably won't see this. But if you're coming on the Saturday and you want to go, I don't know, for a little, for a bite to eat or whatever, come back. This will be here. But yeah, it was amazing setup. Or even if you just go outside and take pictures like we all did, it was pretty amazing. Sid Child with one of our programs designed by Ruben Wakeman. There's Jerome at the table with Philip Dewhurst, the GB007 president, in the background. And this is the winning quiz table. So we had a quiz, didn't we? Philip, you were on the winning team there.
Yep. It was a difficult quiz as well.
What did? Oh, was it? I was just going to ask you. What do you think the quiz was like? Do you have fun?
Yeah. I thought it was very good. Maybe slightly too long, if I'm honest, but it was quite fun. It was very. I think there was a question category for everybody. So regardless of what your knowledge was, it catered for all different sort of specialisms essentially. So it was a well done quiz, and it was really nice to be on.
Yes, thank you. Those 4 categories are ones which we've kept quite the same, haven't we, Matt, since we started our quizzes? Because we feel that those areas are quite, you've got quite a lot of different subjects to cover. Obviously over the 25 films, and obviously there's you can put a different spin on them as well.
Yeah, no, there's lots you can do with that, and they also got prizes. I mean, I think if I'm going from left to right, we've got Paul from Ireland on the very left with the GoldenEye postcard, and the postcards we gave as a present for the quiz winners. And X-Ray Stu done some fantastic prints for the quiz winners to give away. And if you haven't seen his work, check it out. He's done all of the artwork. He's the man responsible for making the event look absolutely amazing. And there's some stuff we're not going to talk about.
Oh yes, we've got some great. Yes.
Yeah, we've got some great surprises in store on the day, and only obviously those of you that you get your tickets, you're gonna have these. And it's these we're not it's so tempting to reveal it, but we're not gonna. It'll be a cool surprise for everybody on the day. So obviously Paul Craig Hayward there with Jerome, Jerome's girlfriend Lirith, then John, Philip Fetch, and then Phil Hawkins. So yeah, we could do a Philippa Bonds round, I think, couldn't we? The Phils. Be a good question that. For those of you,
that's a great photo, isn't it?
Yeah, so I was just about to say this is our location tour picture from this Sunday. So we did it on the Sunday last year. This was one of our locations, St. Giles Churchyard, very heavily attended. Everybody still turned out for it, didn't they? Even though the rain was intermittent, it was kind of off and on. And to get a group like, we didn't expect to have a whole group like that.
No, we weren't. You know what, Matt? On that Sunday morning, I think we were thinking there's going to be about a dozen of us max.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden, everybody turned up.
It's great to see. It's great to see everybody come together and enjoy the areas and all the rest of it. But that one's a tricky one because that actually is a church. It's actually a churchyard. So with that, we have to be respectful when we go there. And everybody was. Nobody caused any problems. So that's one of our locations. And this was the end of the evening. So the last agent standing after a long day of walking around and trying different places. We ended up at the back of the Pinewood Hotel. And I think this will be our plan this year. So for those of you that want to stay all day, we're going to try and have a meal at Pinewood Hotel, and great picture to end the weekend. And obviously, Phil, you had a long drive, didn't you? So obviously you couldn't be there for that.
Yeah, sadly we had to get back, but otherwise you would have been there.
Yeah, it's one of those, isn't it? If you can, fantastic. If you can't, it's one of those. But yeah, it was good to see everybody one last time and to chill out. And that basically is a few insights into what we have for our event. And yeah, well, we're looking forward to it. It's going to be great. We've got loads of things going on.
And plenty more on top.
Yep, 3-course meal. We know what that will be. It'll be the same as last year because that, we didn't get any bad feedback from that. The meal was very nice. It was very well cooked. Everyone enjoyed it. I think it was a generic kind of meal that most people would eat. I think you'd be hard pushed to find someone who can't eat it or wouldn't eat it. And by the way, when you buy your tickets, guys, there is a question you need to answer. That is, do you have any special dietary requirements? So this would be like if you're a vegetarian, if you need anything halal, we can sort that for you. But obviously we need to know. Obviously allergies included into that as well. So yeah, please let us know. So yeah, we've got the James Bond Theme Casino charity raffle. We've got some good prizes last year. We're going to have some cracking prizes this year. We're going to go on the rounds for donations and see who can send us some things. Our charities this year were what we're going to do. We've all had a chat. So there's 2 charities we've got in mind. If we raise over £500, we're going to split the charity pots. So we've got the Ian Fleming Foundation. They work tirelessly to, keep the vehicles from the films, keep the memory of Fleming alive. Anything Bond, they preserve. And I don't think they get a huge donation sent to them. So they do a lot of great work for Fleming and Bond. So hopefully we can raise some money for them. And also Mark Milson Foundation. If we raise over £500, we're going to split the pots. And Mark Milson was a camera operator who sadly, I think, lost his life for a stunt that went wrong. I think am I right in saying that? So the foundation was set up to make sure safety was paramount in all film environments, but also for equality as well, to enable people to get into everything. So Warren said, "Can you list the guests again for those joining that?" Yeah, sorry, Warren.
Yeah, good idea.
Let me get that back up. We've got two phases, so I'll show you 2 pictures. So we do have. Oh, that's no good. It's in the background. Apologies. We do have John Glen, Norman Wanstall, Paul Weston, Graham V. Hartstone, Eileen Roberts. So there are first 5 guests. X-Ray Studio did a cracking job with these pictures and artwork. We've got Terry Madden, John Grover, David Meyer, Tony Meyer. So they are our guests. So we've got some cracking guests there. Marcel Hedwig and Marcel will be there. Fantastic.
Excellent.
Brilliant
Nice to see you there again.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, in terms of tickets, so we'll get onto that. So everyone will have a chance to meet our guests, take a selfie and grab an autograph. That will happen. We're going to try and arrange a bit longer. Obviously, it's a small event. We're not going to have hundreds of people there. I think we're limiting tickets to about 70, 80 tickets. So they are very limited. And the reason for that, we like an intimate atmosphere. If we get hundreds and hundreds of people, it kind of loses that kind of atmosphere, that vibrant atmosphere. So we want to keep it intimate. And it works well with the guests because they're more willing to stay. We get great interaction with them. Everyone was very respectful last year, and we want to keep that going because there's not many events where you can wake up and have breakfast next to a stunt guy or someone from the film. But obviously, everyone attended last year. We issued a warning: don't approach the guests in certain ways. Obviously, be very respectful of their space, this, that, and the other, because they're there to have fun as well. And we want our events to keep running. We want people to, keep attending and enjoy it. So,
Can I just add, Matt, we've with some of the feedback we received at last year's event for the autograph signing part of the day, we think that we're going to put it in a different area if Pinewood Hotel can be accommodating for us, because we felt it was a little bit cramped where it was. It was a thoroughfare to go out of the actual hotel itself. It was right next to the bar as well, wasn't it? So I think this year we're hoping to probably have it in the main area, should space allow, and hopefully we won't have to clear a table to put them on.
Yeah,
so they can display it. So they can display all their photographs.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, last year we had a different events manager there. This year there's it's kind of new ownership, that kind of thing. So yeah, we've ironed out the issues we had last year. This year it's going to be a cracking event. We weren't going to do a big event this year. We said last year we'd do one big one for the 60th, and then I think it was you guys that turned around and said, "Oh, when's the next event?" People were already booking the hotel for the same dates. We didn't realise this, but people had actually booked the hotel a year early, thinking that we do this every year. So hence why we're going back on the same time, same day. We were looking at other venues. We know it works at Pinewoods. That was one of the key things. We've done an event there. We know what the issues are. We're not starting from scratch. So it will be better than last year. And last year's was really good. So this year will be even better. We got some good value, I think. The hotel hopefully will be more accommodating than last year. They seem to be already, which is great. Are Matt and Nick and Philip available for autographs and selfies?
Of course.
Time permitting.
No,
Yeah.
no fee.
A little
Yeah,
bit.
absolutely. Yeah, I think we'd have to pay them. So just want to give a little warning here. So tickets will go on sale on our social media channels at 9 p.m. British summertime. Even though we haven't had much of a summertime lately with all the rain, it is actually British summertime, believe it or not. So they will go on sale. And after this live stream ends, I will whack the ticket link up there. I think the price we're looking at, I think, is £145 a ticket. There is a booking fee with that. And there's 2 questions that need to be answered. That is, obviously, do you require any dietary requirements for the meal? We need to know that. And also, we need to know the names of the ticket holders because we have a guest list on the day. We have a list of names. And also, when we do our table plan, your name will be on the table plan. And we had some cool table names last year, didn't we? We named it after all the Bond
Yes, we
actors.
did. Yes. Now
So
that's still in progress. That's still in process for this year, isn't it?
yeah,
Deciding what we do. Yeah.
yeah. We're still making progress on that. We've got some good ideas. I'm sure Phil's got some good names hiding under his sleeve somewhere. So that'll be interesting. Who will be buying a ticket? Who's gonna log on tonight? Wait for about 10, 15 minutes until. I mean, hopefully they'll go at 9. If not, it won't take me long to put the links up there. But we don't do it for profit. We're not affiliated with Eon, Dan Jack, or Ian Fleming. We are doing this non-profit. Any money we make, goes into charity, back into our own events for fundraising. We don't charge for membership fee or anything like that. So whatever we do, these events helps us for the next one. So if we can sell out the event, absolutely, it will be amazing. We do know Pinewood Hotel were booking up rooms fast because people did look at our teaser. They did know when the dates were, and we know rooms are booking fast. There is a discount code, Direct 10. So if you're lucky enough to grab a hotel room, and I suggest you go on there fairly quickly, really, and reserve a room because they are going like hotcakes, as they say. So Direct 10 will get you the right discount code. Should be another fantastic event at brilliant location. I think these tickets are going to sell pretty fast. Well, if we do, we might be able to do, obviously, whatever money we get, we try to pump as much in as we can to the actual event. And you never know, there might be some more surprises, but we've got loads of stuff in store that you guys are going to, hopefully there's a few wows. That's what we want. And last year we had it, but this year we've upped our game. This is going to be even bigger than last year. So if you went last year, this one will be absolutely incredible.
There's even stuff I don't know about yet, Matt, isn't there?
Yeah, probably. They're probably. I mean,
Probably.
there is. There's always something going on, but
Your list is endless sometimes.
Yeah. Oh, the trouble is, it's you could do so much, but it's cherry picking what's the right thing to bring to the event.
And whether or not it will work.
Yeah, you could have hundreds of things, and we could do all these amazing things, and some people would be like, "Oh, okay, that was okay, that was fine," but yeah, I mean, what we've got, I think we can say we're very happy with the way we've progressed the event. The meetings we've all had with obviously Chris Wright, who couldn't be here today due to other commitments. He's fully on board and worked hard with us to iron out issues. We're going to keep on going to get the event spot on, but we want to try and sell out the tickets because if we can, not only do we raise more money for charity, which is what we're all about, we may be able to get a few more things for the event, maybe a few more people. Who knows? Even though we're quite chock-a-block, who knows? So, does anyone have any questions about the event that we haven't answered? There's always someone that comes up with something really good, something that you might need to know about maybe the hotel, about other hotels you could possibly stay in. We know there's a few in Slough. That's worth Googling. I mean, it's not cheap to stay at the Pinewood Hotel, I must admit, even with the discount code. And some are room only, some don't come with breakfast, so you need to look at that as well. There are, I do know there's the Holiday Inn. I think that's in Slough.
There's the Copthorne.
Any other ones?
Yeah,
Copthorne.
Premier Inn, I think.
Oh, is there a premiere in Slough?
Mm.
There's one close by, yeah.
So lots of options there. I'm going to give it a couple of minutes. If no one's got any questions, we'll wrap up the evening and we'll say goodbye.
Or you can always direct us with the questions direct. Ask us questions direct. Email. Have you got the email up, Matt? Is it shaken not stirred at gmail.com, is it?
Official at gmail.com, yeah. Are the VIP guests eating at the same table as guests? Well, that worked really well last year. And I'm going to say, yes, yeah, we are going to do that. We always think it's nice, you go into an event and, wow, hang on a minute, I'm sitting next to Norman Wanstall here, Oscar winner, you're sitting next to people from the film. It's very surreal. And it adds to the atmosphere. It's really nice. And I mean, who was on your table, Philip, last year? Do you remember?
It was John Grover, and strangely, when I went to the Octopussy event in June, I was sitting next to John as well. Complete by accident. It was quite strange, really. And also Vernon Messenger was on the same table as well. So
yeah,
that was nice.
Yeah, double guest on your table.
Yeah,
could table that. So that's basically answers that question. What's the link for the event? Well, we will post it. I think we're going to put the artwork up. We're going to do it on the social media channels. However, what we could do for you guys that are watching, shall we release the link, guys, on here?
Yes. Put it on the screen. Yeah, good idea.
Put it on the screen. Yeah, you guys obviously deserve a little pre-order thing. So I'm going to post it now into the comment section, and you'll be able to gain access to our tickets from this website. So I'm typing it into the comment box now. So in the comments, there are tickets. I'm going to try and put it up here as well, but we know it's easy to copy and paste. So let me try and put it in here. Okay, so this is our ticket website. Obviously, we've put it in the comment section as well. On YouTube, so on our YouTube and our Facebook page and our it's gone out to all of that. Whoever's watching the live stream will be able to get it. Warren Sand, the Premier Inn's very near. Yep, that's good. That's always a good one. Premier Inn's very reasonable. Obviously, the guests won't be staying there. However, it will be an option, probably a cheaper option as well. And you'll be there all day. So it's only to put your head down, isn't it? Can I assume there'll be a dealer area again? There will be. We're in talks, aren't we, Nick, with two regular
couple
dealers.
of guys. Yeah.
So it won't be massive, but they have a great selection of memorabilia for sale, and a good varied selection from both different stores, weren't there, last year? So that is the ticketing website. So hopefully, judging by the reactions, hopefully everyone's very happy with what you've what we've delivered here, and we've got a few happy people. I don't think we could have come up with anything better at the moment. I think the guests we've got, obviously the ones we wanted were John, Glen, Paul, Weston. They were our top two guests, weren't they, that we really wanted this year?
Yes.
They're our first two that come back and said yes, which was absolutely unbelievable. I do know John's not going to stay all day, and that's purely because it's a long day, and he is in his 90s now. We're very appreciative that he's turning up to the event, and he will be signing autographs. So if you want to get your autograph with John, there'll be plenty of time to do that. We are going to limit autographs to a maximum of 5, though. Reason being is because obviously time is very precious for everybody. We want everybody to be able to get an autograph from all of our guests, so we have to make that limit at 5, so we're not taking up too much time. Can you give the discount code again? Yeah, it's direct 10. So it's all capital letters.
10.
Here it is. So direct 10. So I think that's a 10% discount on the new usual room rate. Are we watching the films? Not on this occasion. Not on this occasion.
No.
Unless I don't know, somehow we find time. Maybe we might be able to screen one on the Friday evening, perhaps, if they have a TV in the restaurant area. We may be able to facilitate that. That might be a nice little touch we could do whilst we're socialising, or some Bond music. So we'll look into that. But yeah, it won't
Well,
be
we
a
could do the
Pinewood screening this
karaoke
year.
on Friday evening, Matt.
Yeah, yeah. To be fair, we put ITV1 on. There's a good chance there probably will be a Bond film playing.
It probably will be.
So I don't think, as long as they paid their TV license, we'll be all right. So I think that's basically it, folks. Let me put the ticket website up again. It's there in the comments. Just buy your tickets. Support Shaken Not Stirred. But we'll say big thanks to Philip Hawkins for joining us tonight. Thanks, Phil.
Yeah, thank you, Philip, for joining us. Thank you.
Thank you for having me. It's been fun. And
obviously getting all the VIPs in. And without him, we wouldn't be able to have all these fantastic guests. So, thanks to Philip's hard work, we've got some cracking guests for this event. So thanks very much. Okay, so I think that's time to go, Nick. We could start putting the tickets up on our socials. So thanks very much, guys. Hopefully you like what you see. If you've got any questions, we're on the group, message, email, anything like that. And we look forward to giving you more details, maybe a few more glimmers or glimpses as we go along. But yeah, don't forget to go and get your tickets and support this great event and raise lots of money for charity. So thanks very much, guys.
Excellent.
See you.
Yeah, thank you, guys. And thank you for watching, everybody. Thank you.
See you later, guys. Bye.
Bye now.
Bye.